Success is not one giant leap. It's nothing more than a series of small steps in the right direction. My friends, each and every day we make those small steps towards success. That's 10 to 15 minutes charting these markets, practice trading, fractional trading. When you feel like you're starting to get good and you want to test yourself with just a small amount of money, a fool who jumps into the market right away will part with his money very quickly. So again, that's called gambling. We don't do that. Let's jump into these charts. We see everything down for the day. Overall, pretty big down day for the market, except Bitcoin. It's not down. It's, in fact, the least down. Let's jump first into the S&P 500, see where we are. We've been telling you we have these higher probabilities of down movement. And, of course, we saw more of that today. S&P down 1.60%. Look at all the volume here with this down move after we did that interim high. We actually had a higher high last week. It pushed just above the prior highs that we saw the week beginning the 21st of January and then the 10th of February, and then rolled back down and over. You can see where things have tracked on that half-day chart. You can see down in the morning, lots of volume. Further down in the afternoon, if you were into that, if you were already in that down move, then of course, you're probably staying in it, going short either with puts. And if you don't know how to trade options, you want to learn how to do it, of course, become a Patreon member. We have a 3-part series. First thing you get, in addition to my book, 3-Wave Trading Advantage, that is my brand new book. You get the 3-part series, Options Made Simple, The Charting Wealth Way, which will give you the basic knowledge that you need to start understanding and practice trading them. You can also go to SH. What is SH? It's the single inverse of the S&P 500, and it is booming up this week. So again, you have options and choices. When the market does go down, you can just, of course, take what you've made in your practice trade on the way up, wait for the market to reset, or you can run it down. And again, you would have done decently today, down 1.60%. Now, where do we see support at where things are right now as things continue to move down? Probably all the way down. The hard support point is at 569. We're at 585 right now. And again, there is some resistance at the 585 mark too, which is sort of where we are sitting. So we'll see if now our probability of continued down movement is 65%. The short entry strategy is if it pushes through, gets down to around 580, it's likely to continue on down. If it pumps down and then starts to move up, probably going to get some resistance at 585, so you could watch it go down. See if it pulls back up to 585 and then rolls back over. Find yourself a short entry and expected movement $10 to $15 there. So keep that in mind. Might be some help to you, but you can see the acceleration. Look at all that volume on the 2-day. Look at all the volume on the half-day. Look at the volume with 1 day to go, with all of this pullback and down move. But again, remember, resistance, 585, support, 569. So we'll see if indeed it pushes below that for a down move. It could stop there. So we'll keep an eye. What's up with the Qs, the NASDAQ 100? It is at 500 right now, $527, and of course a big down week. Similar to the S&P, you can see things really dropped off in the afternoon. 70% probability of continued down movement. Supports at 482. We're at 527 right now. Resistance at 515. Going short around the 505 mark. So in other words, if it hits some resistance, pops back up, and then rolls itself back over, that would be a good point for you to look at getting in, jumping in. Short of that is just sort of going to be a lot of risk in there. But again, if we see the market catch its breath tomorrow, push back up, get up to the 505 mark, and then start to roll over and head down, might be a point for you to consider jumping in. and going short. What is the short fund for the NASDAQ 100? Well, the single short, Papa, PSQ, Sierra, Quebec. And that is the ProShares single short. There are other short funds. You can get these leverage shorts too, which I don't like. But again, practice trade, whatever it is you might be interested in doing at some later date. But you can see here where things have popped up. So again, this is all just starting as things are hammering down this week. So I have some levels we need to penetrate to make sure that this is just not a short time rundown. Let's move on. 20-year U.S. government bonds, 60% possibility of continued up movement. Now, we did blow off some steam today. What does that mean? It means we see support at the $89 mark. We're right at 91.31 now. We see resistance at 94. If we can pump up to above 92 with decent volume, we're already at 91.31 right now. You may very well see things run back up again, but be aware of that support at the $89 level and of that resistance at the $94 level. And again, you can see where the volume, we had average volume morning and afternoon, the last three-day candles up movement, and of course, above already 1 day to go, average volume on the weekly. So again, bonds are strong. What do we see with gold but pulling back for the day? Gold down 1.52%. See where gold started plunging down on Tuesday the 25th. Just had a little bit of a recovery there Wednesday afternoon. And then, of course, jamming down on Thursday morning, not quite as much in the afternoon. Green spinning top. Look at all the volume. Hasn't gone red yet. Now, what are we seeing? Well, about a 55% probability of continued down movement. It is currently at 64.93. We see support at 255, resistance at 275. And again, we're right there at the point of 265, where to go short. So watch tomorrow, see if there's some conviction. There could be a bump back up. Again, the bulls trying to push things up. If the bears tear it back down again, might be a good jumping in point for you to a $5 to $7 move there. And then HODL, what do we see going on with Bitcoin? Big down week this week. Things really hammering down on Tuesday and then just continuing to move on down. And yeah, when I said at the beginning of the show, I don't know what I was looking at. Oh, I know what I'm looking at, the 24-hour-a-day Bitcoin. It's currently down just 0.05. Bitcoin itself, though, on the ETF is down 1.09% for the day. So bonds were down not quite as much. So Bitcoin's not the least of the down moves. On the 24-hour-a-day Bitcoin, it is right now. It's just down a couple of 0.01%. But Bitcoin itself on HODL down 1.09%. We see support at the $22 mark. Again, it closed $23.56. We see about a 75% chance of continued down movement. Resistance at the 26 mark. Of course, we're right there at the $24, which is where to go short. So again, where things are right now, check it out in the morning. See how Bitcoin's shaping up and might give the opportunity to continue to ride down some of that movement. Look at all the volume over the last day and a half. That is where we are, my friends, as we end the day on Thursday, go into Friday. Don't forget, Patreon members, we've already sent out to you the Charting Cryptos and Currencies video. We send that out early to you. We always post it first thing, and then we email it on Thursday, but we posted earlier in the week. And the weekly vertical crossovers. I want to say we had 16 of them, 16 or 17 today, and those have already been sent out to you in your email. And also, remember, Patreon friends, if for some reason you don't see the email, one of you is asking me about not seeing the emails. I verified, Dave, I do have your email address. Hopefully you got it, but regardless, it's always posted at the Patreon page. If you're not a Patreon member, want to become one, you have every reason to do so. You get the book for free, and you get that 3-part series, Options Made Simple, The Charting Wealth Way, and you get all the stuff I was just talking about. Thanks for everyone who supports our work here. We can give away free to everyone. God bless. All the best from the whole team at Charting Wealth World Headquarters.